Tyson,
Yeah.
before we get on to wrestling and boxing, I just want to ask you about your book. You're now an author. When's it out? When can we get it? What's the title?
It's called Behind the Mask, Autobiography by Tyson Fury. No punches have been pulled, reveal all. First time ever, actually. November the 14th release, really good read.
Was it a tough process getting it all out again, going back over, or was it good to reflect?
Bringing up bad memories and going back. And I started this book when I was in a really low place, and I've ended this book in a really high place. So it's been a good bit of both worlds.
Speaking of two worlds, obviously lineal heavyweight champion in boxing, now a new venture in WWE. First of all, just tell us how it all came about and how you ended up.
It was pretty simple how it came about. I got a phone call Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. And before I knew it, I was on a plane at 6 o'clock the next morning to LA. Nobody knew about it, didn't really know much about it myself, just agreed that we're going to go there and do it. I got there and then we worked a deal out, so it was quite a quick turnaround. Few hours, Paris packed the bags and was on a plane with the full family, and Brendan too.
And I understand your eldest boy Prince, he's a big fan of wrestling, so it's something about his love of the sport that you're sort of giving that back to him now.
100%, now the dad of the century.
And how's the cut? Because obviously it's not that long ago. What was it?
40 days.
Yeah, since it happened, and 47 stitches.
Right. Cut's doing well. I've been told it's 100 days to fully healed, and should be all right.
Has it been risky at all? Like Frank Warren suggested, the training for wrestling and obviously the fight. Is that a risk that it could open up again, or do you feel pretty confident it'll be okay?
It could open up. I could walk into the door though and it open up, or anything. So that's the sort of risk element that you're gonna face in day-to-day life. There's nothing I can do from stopping that cut from opening if it's supposed to open. Nothing at all.
The training, the wrestling training, how's it been? How does it differ really to boxing training? How's it been the last couple of weeks?
Very taxing on the body.
Is it?
Yeah. Very hard work and a lot of impact to the human body.
More so than boxing, obviously in a different way.
You don't really take any impact in boxing. Well, at least I don't anyway. Apart from the cut, first one in 10 years. So it's been a while since last cut, but yeah, I don't take any impact in boxing. But this, like, you take impact every day, like power slammed and suplexes and everything you can think of, getting chucked out of the ring, whatever. It's impact. So it's become painful, to say the least.
More so than in boxing, because I assume when you spar, no one's really laying anything on you. So this must be almost.
Yeah, I don't get any injuries in boxing apart from that last cut. That was it. I don't get hit, do I? Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot more impact than boxing for sure. I'd just say maybe 100 times more.
Really?
That's how much it's because I'm actually getting picked up and slammed onto a floor, hard floor, and I don't ever get that in boxing, ever.
Because the suggestion's sort of been that, Tyson might just keep being a wrestler because he hasn't got to take the punishment that he does in boxing, but you're saying it's actually the opposite.
I can honestly tell you, if I spar for 10, 12 rounds, I might get hit 5 times. In this, you're getting impacted every day you train. Every time I go to that gym and train for 2 hours, there'll be impact. Getting smashed onto the floor, into the ropes, or into a corner. So maybe not 100 times more impact, but I'd definitely say 50 to 60 times more impact. So anyone who says wrestling's easier than boxing is full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. And I tell you what it is, I thought I had a hard schedule with boxing twice a year, being away for 10 weeks in training camps. These guys are away every day. They wrestle 5 nights a week. Braun Strowman had 191 matches last year. I had 2.
Yeah.
So which one's more impact? Which one's more taxing on the body? 2 fights a year or 91? So yeah.
With that in mind, then, where does your long-term future lie? Is this just a cameo, or is this a long-term plan? And where does boxing fit in now in your future?
You know, the future's bright, the future's orange. That was an old slogan from years ago. Everything happens, and we've got to see what happens while it's there. You know, wrestling's here, the opportunities happen for me. I've took it with both hands. We'll see where that leads. No big plans for the future, but I never say never. And even with boxing, no big plans for the future. You know, take one day at a time and see where it goes. You know, we never know what's around the corner. I'm looking forward to being happy. That's it. You know, like a lot of people have been saying, I've got no ambition in this and that. Why should I have ambition to do something I've already done 1,000 times? You know, it's like I've been a champion, still a lineal champion. It's like, what more can I achieve? I already beat Deontay Wilder. Well, that's definitely a victory for me. So, you know, I beat the best of the game of my era, and that's it. You know, I go back again and again and again. How long's a piece of string?
Just on the subject of Wilder, just finally, February 22nd was the date we were all sort of working towards and looking ahead to. Is that still on the agenda? Do you think that's still what you're looking at when you sort of visualise how next year's going to...
It's not me. Wilder's got to fight Ortiz, so we'll see how that fight goes, and then we can make a decision whether it's going to be in February or not. Because if he loses, then it's definitely not going to be in February, is it? It's not going to happen at all. It's going to have a rematch with Ortiz. So yeah, then we'll have to look for a new opponent for February 22nd. Either or, I'll be fighting on February 22nd. Whether it's Wilder, yeah. Whatever happens in other people's lives and careers, none of my concern. But my life and career, I'll be boxing February 22nd in Las Vegas, that's for sure.
And next year...
Provided I don't get run over in the meantime.
Indeed. Or the cut is okay during on Halloween.
Yeah. Whether the cut's okay or not, I'll still be fighting February 22nd. Because that's what I do.
Indeed.